Welcome back to Rare Elvis Photos. Thanks again for all of these amazing comments and thoughts that you guys are putting here on the channel. Diane Ward says, this picture favors Desiree to me. Desiree, everybody compares potential children of Elvis to Lisa. You don't always have the strongest genes that go into a child, or you would have twins every time. I think that she looks enough like Elvis myself that she could be. And once again, I mean, DNA would solve it, wouldn't it? And everybody's been saying that. But the thing is, the Presley estate wasn't willing to give up any DNA back in the 80s. And I don't know if they're willing to give up any DNA now. And Elvis is gone. And Lisa's gone. And Vernon's gone. Gladys is gone. There's nobody to get real true DNA from. If one of the cousins gave it, it still might not be a match. So DNA, anyway, so the interesting thing, hey, Diane, Ed Parker did a wonderful job with this book. Thank you for sharing and reading. Great comment. For all of those that are following the Elvis and Lucy Are You Lonesome Tonight book and story, if you didn't catch it in the interview with Desiree Matera and I, she did a DNA test. She did a DNA test recently, or in the last decade. You know who it matched her with? It matched her with no paternal match, no father in the system. First off, on the birth certificate, there was no such thing as a Randall Presley. Randall Presley was not a person. She made it up because she wanted a Presley name because she said Elvis was the father. Just think about that. No familial, I guess, match in the system. Well, Elvis didn't give any DNA. Lisa didn't give any DNA. Gladys and Vernon didn't give any DNA. None of the Pressy families put their match into the DNA system. Now, if Billy Smith has done it recently, then there may be a potential match, possibly, to him if she is Elvis's daughter. And Andrea, right here, you said that's really odd. There's no record of Lucy's husband. Which Randolph... you're talking about the other guy, too. The Ware. And, he existed, obviously, because there was a lawsuit. The guy's sister, after he'd passed away, sued Lucy, Derry, and Random House. Hey, Elvis Police, not expecting Lucy to have taken photos of the alleged $5,000 money order. Maybe keeping it as a souvenir since he could buy 2 to 3 brand new cars back then. Surely she would have kept some telegrams and handwritten love letters from Elvis, though, right? Elvis was known to write to his girlfriends as well as call them. Does she have any photos of herself with Elvis? At least a photo of him that he gave her. Signed. So, the question there is, Elvis wrote things to Lucy. They've been verified by handwriting experts, including a poem that he wrote to her, that the Elvis Presley estate would not allow to be put in the book because they said it was the property of Elvis Presley, the Elvis Presley Enterprises. It was like a song to them. So they were not even allowed to use something that that she personally owned that Elvis wrote to her. So, there is more proof to this than people see because they just see that surface and they go, well, there's no way. And I appreciate your questions. Those are good questions. One Debbie says, I'll remember you. How perfect. I appreciate all you share with us. Never apologize for being tired. It's clear you work hard. So sorry to hear about your so many close family losses. God bless TLC, TCB. Thank you. That's very sweet. We all carry a cross. We all go through something, don't we? Whether it's later in life, earlier in life, some folks get pretty blessed. But then again, sometimes you don't love as hard if you don't lose as hard. Need to write a song about that, actually. It's the truth, though. Sometimes you can't fathom the feelings. Just like if you didn't grow up extremely poor. Like I grew up the poorest of the poor. There wasn't anybody within a 200-mile radius of me probably that grew up poorer than I did, or with more abuse in the household. And that's true. I mean, it's not bragging about it, but so anyhow, there's a lot of great comments here. I'm going to play some music and read. Hopefully your comment is featured. Know that I read them all. I hearted and liked them all. Sometimes I'll get a chance to go back and actually answer them too, but This is probably the most efficient way that I can, and it also gets your opinion out there to other Elvis fans. So keep leaving comments. If you haven't been featured yet in a comment, you will eventually, trust me. I'm pretty good about doing 1 or 2 comment videos a day. Thanks, Kimberly. Thank you, Karen. Thank you so much for all your books you read, as well as your time and energy. Listening in from the UK, let me know where in the UK you're at. My wife and I have talked about wanting to come over to Europe sometime soon. So maybe we'll get to meet you sometime. Eliza said, love you, Elvis. You are forever young to your fans. Miss you. All right. Rest in peace. All right. And of course, Mary Strayer, you're so happy you love bringing all things Elvis to us. I can't get enough of this precious man and soul. That's amazing. You're an amazing fan. And, Elvis appreciates everybody right now. I'm sure looking down, from heaven or however you want to interpret it. Elvis knows he's loved. And on that note, let me play some songs that I wrote that's going to be coming out on the new album. In the meantime, y'all get to listen to them here for free, so keep listening. The record's going to be called Rare Elvis Photos, Songs of Elvis.
He walked on stage with a smile, made our dreams come true for a while. Guitar in hand, moving wild, every scream made him feel alive. Shook his hips, people would sigh. If I can dream, he touched the sky. Jailhouse rocking all night long, to the rhythm of a rock and roll song. Elvis gave his life for his fans, sang his heart out right to the end. Every note he gave a piece of his soul, because rock and roll made him whole. He is where music ended and began. Elvis gave his life for his fans. Long nights on the road, legends told, stories unfold. From Graceland to the crowd, he played every song loud and proud. Elvis gave his life for his fans, sang his heart out right till the end. Every note he gave a piece of his soul, because rock and roll made him whole. Here's where music ended and began. Elvis gave his life for his fans. Like the brightest star, love for that music took him far. Echoes of his voice still live on in every one of his songs. Elvis gave his life for his fans, sang his heart out right till the end. Every note he gave a piece of his soul, because rock and roll made him whole. Here's where music ended and began. Elvis gave his life for his fans. Here's where all music ended and began. Elvis gave his life for his fans.
This is a very long comment and very well written. I appreciate the effort you put out to write this. Whether Elvis had cancer or not, I can't say. But, you can have certain types of bone cancer, I think, that don't hit you as hard or as long. And maybe misdiagnosed, too. I mean, it's hard. Inflammation and all that stuff, you would think that they would do x-rays and they would see things and, and they'd be able to tell whether there's cancer or not. And maybe he did. Maybe it was a slow-growing cancer. Great comment. Play another song here while we read your comment.
I'm in a blue suede dream tonight, and feel the rhythm come alive. My heart beats to every Elvis song. On my turntable I turn on. Hound dog echoes in my veins, jailhouse rocking through the years. for all the part of him that remains as we wipe away our tears. We say thank you to the mailman, say our grace and our amens, live our life in God we trust. Yeah, Elvis is alive in all of us. Feel the tremor in the night, guitar strings start to hum, and the stars up there so big and bright as Elvis starts to strum. We say thank you to the mailman, say our grace and our amens, live our life in God we trust. Yeah, Elvis is alive in all of us. Just a blue moon in the sky, can't help falling but don't wonder why. Elvis' spirit never dies in our soul. For all our lives we say thank you to the mailman, say our grace and our amens, live our life in God we trust. Yeah, Elvis is alive in all of us. Yeah, Elvis is alive in all of us.
I agree, Drew. I wouldn't want to tell people I had cancer either. Because the thing is, it does feed into the energy, the negative energy, the fear, the stress of it. And I'm sorry to hear you had spinal cancer, but I'm glad that you're okay now, that your tumor was removed. Yeah, please get a hold of Dr. Tennant. Have him reach out to me, rareelvisphotos@gmail.com. Rareelvisphotos@gmail.com. So the name and gmail.com. I'd love to talk to him about it. Hey, Tiny Bubbles, Joe, you need to read the book Letters from Elvis. It was great. I feel like I read that, but I'll look into it. Great suggestion.
He was born in a shack in Tupelo, a healthy boy, but he lost his baby bro. He grew up poor, the dirt poor life. The only thing he had was a guitar and a bike. That was Elvis, born in 35, that was Elvis. The coolest cat alive, from don't be cruel to all shook up suspicious minds to burn in love. That was Elvis. He died in the summer of 77. Priscilla broke his heart and sent him back to heaven. He sang his songs for all to hear. American Trilogy still brings a tear. That was Elvis, born at 35, that was Elvis. The coolest cat alive, from don't be cruel to all shook up suspicious minds to burn in love. That was Elvis. He left us a gift in Lisa Marie, but now she's singing with Elvis in heaven's jubilee. That was Elvis, born in 35, that was Elvis. The coolest cat alive, from don't be cruel to all shook up suspicious minds to burn in love. That was Elvis, from that's alright to all shook up suspicious minds to burn in love. That was Elvis, Elvis, Elvis. That was Elvis, Elvis. That was Elvis, Elvis, Elvis.
Joy says George Klein took credit for things he never did. Example, he took credit for Elvis going to American Studio to record. It was actually Marty Lacker who set it up. George just wanted to be more important than he really was. Was George good friends with Elvis? Of course he was. Don't forget George had a job as a DJ that he had to work during the day and couldn't be with Elvis all the time. That's very true. Good point.
The shadow of the king still haunts the Memphis night in the dimming southern light. Graceland comes alive. He walks those southern halls, his footsteps fall and fall, until those gates up front swing wide and bring his fans inside. Elvis looks out, smiles down at the crowd, from his window way up high at Graceland, watching time go by, watching over us all, day after day, night after night. Memories like a song keeps the king walking on. He is still amazed. We love him to this day. Elvis looks out, smiles down at the crowd, from his window way up high at Graceland, watching time go by, watching over us all, day after day, night after night. Memories are like a song, keeps the king walking on. He's still amazed. We love him to this day. Elvis looks out, smiles down at the crowd, from his window way up high at Graceland, watching time go by, watching over us all, day after day, night after night, day after day, night after night.
It's evening when I'm doing this, so have a wonderful evening. But if I happen to catch you in the morning or afternoon, have a rocking day.